Cat Deeley declares war on a Los Angeles restaurant. The most disgusting restaurant, terribly run, avoid at all costs. The host of So You Think You Can Dance also ranted, worst food. As for the manager, moron. She was so angry she refused to leave a tip, not a dime.
Cat Deeley had a full meltdown at a restaurant that comped her bill and left 0 tip. So Cat Deeley, beloved British television presenter and apparently professional victim, walked into an upscale Los Angeles restaurant, ordered $200 worth of food, complained enough to get most of it comped down to $83, then decided to throw an absolute tantrum on Twitter, calling it the most disgusting, terribly run establishment she'd ever experienced.
Not a dime. Tom George is an upscale downtown eatery in LA that's been open just a few months. It's already received great reviews and high ratings from customers, which is why to some, Cat Deeley's Twitter rant seemed over the top and shocking to restaurant staff.
One person who actually suffered from Cat's little performance, and spoiler alert, it wasn't her. Quick favor before we dive into this absolute disaster of entitlement, smash that subscribe button right now. Over 92% of you are watching without subscribing, which is honestly wild. It's free, takes 1 second, and helps us keep exposing celebrity behavior that deserves to be called out. Hit that notification bell too. Appreciate you, legends. Now let's talk about why Cat Deeley's restaurant tantrum proves she's not the classy British presenter she pretends to be. Let's set the scene properly because context matters when you're discussing someone having a public meltdown over burgers and fries. Tom George is an upscale downtown eatery in Los Angeles that had only been open a few months when Cat decided to grace them with her presence. The restaurant had already received great reviews and high ratings from actual customers who apparently have functioning taste buds and reasonable expectations.
She's using, her power to take down my family.
Jay Vosko-Besnick was the waiter who served the TV personality and her 3 companions. He says they ordered burgers, truffle fries, salads, and beef tartare. After Cat complained, the manager comped a big chunk of the bill, bringing the total from $200 down to $83.74.
According to the waiter who served her, Jay Vosko Music, Cat grabbed the bill after seeing the reduced total and declared, "This is disgraceful. I shouldn't have to pay for any of this." Read that again. She got more than half her meal comped and still thought she shouldn't pay anything. The entitlement is absolutely staggering. She didn't just want an apology or a discount. She wanted a completely free meal at a family-owned restaurant that was trying their best to accommodate her complaints. That's not holding a business accountable. That's just being cheap and entitled while having a public tantrum. But Cat wasn't done. Oh no, the real performance was just beginning. She left the restaurant, went straight to Twitter, and unleashed a rant calling Tom George the most disgusting restaurant, terribly run, and telling her followers to avoid it at all costs. She called the food the worst she'd ever had and singled out the manager for particular criticism. And here's the kicker. She left absolutely 0 tip for her waiter. Nothing. Not a dime. After getting half her bill comped, after being served by someone who had nothing to do with whatever her perceived problem was, she stiffed the waiter completely. That's not making a statement about service quality. That's just being cruel to someone.
Cat was still irate.
She grabbed the bill and she said, "This is disgraceful. I shouldn't have to pay for any of this."
Then came the onslaught of tweets. Jay responded, posting the receipt showing that he was left no tip at all.
After we had gotten the bill that, showed that I didn't have a tip, I was like, this isn't fair.
As for the restaurant's manager,
one of those tweets got really personal. She called you a moron.
Here's where this gets really interesting from a cultural perspective. Cat's British, and there's supposed to be this whole stereotype about British politeness and reserve and handling things with dignity. Well, that facade absolutely crumbled at Tom George. The entitled tantrum, the public social media dragging, the personal insults towards staff, the refusal to tip, none of that is polite or
personal. She called you a moron.
She called me a moron. I was like, what did I do except apologize and try to, invite her back in.
We just had to try the food for ourselves.
These are fantastic. These are great.
As for the burger,
perfect burger.
Sorry, Cat, we beg to differ.